Hello, my friends. Welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. Come on, let's go read the inspiration for the day. Folks are usually about as happy as they make up their minds to be. And that's Abraham Lincoln. Let's scoot on over and see what I'm up to. We're going to be creating in this mold right here, this mold right here, and this mold right here. This is a perfume bottle or spray bottle, whatever you want to put in it and spray. So I thought we would do this today. And then here is the little pumps that we're going to use. And we're going to have to cut off some of the end of it because they're going to be way too long. Okay, I have my resin here. I chose to use Let's Resin Epoxy. It's a 1-to-1. And that means it's a part A and a part B that you mix together. And I've already mixed it up. I mixed up 100 milliliters. That's 50 of A and 50 of B. And I'm just going to go ahead and half that out right here in between these two cups. I'm going to use my pigment paste that I got off of Temu, and it's black. So I'm just going to dip in here and get me a little bit out, a little dollop of it. Put it in my cup, and I'm going to mix it up really good. I think I got a little bit too much because I kept having to mix and mix. And that's not good. That's incorporating more bubbles into my resin. I should have got half the amount out of that container that I did. Okay, I think it's mixed up. Well, I'm going to switch popsicle sticks because it still had a bunch left on that popsicle stick, so I just switched them out. Okay, now I'll put that to the side. Now we're going to use my Cast and Craft White, and I went ahead and sped this part of the video up because we're just going to be mixing up the resin. And I put about 5 drops of the Cast and Craft Opaque White into my cup here, and I'm going to make sure I mix that up pretty good. And you need to make sure you mix up the Cast and Craft really good because it will leave streaks of pigment through your resin if you don't stir it up really good. Okay, I'm going to spray a little alcohol inside of the mold here. And then I'm going to turn it upside down and get the excess alcohol out. And now I'm going to go ahead and pour. And I'm just going to pour a little of each to try to get both of the colors, on the top of the jar. And just go back and forth from the black to the white. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing okay. Man, I had a time with that polyurethane resin the other day. Man, I've got some homework to do on that stuff. I didn't know that you couldn't use alcohol on it. I guess that would explain why it left the little spray indentions. Oh, goodness. I like to just take things and learn, with it. Sometimes I should stop and watch a video on it before I attempt it, but I watched maybe 2 videos, and chalked it up to knowing enough about it to start using it. Okay, I spray a little bit more alcohol into my mold here. Used my heat gun, and now we're going to go ahead and drop in some more color into the mold. And now I'm just going in the middle and just going in a circle with my resin. And then I'm going to use the heat gun again and pop any surface bubbles. Spray a little bit more alcohol, and then I'm going to go for it again. And I pour it in that center so that it can just, fall down a little bit better into the mold instead of, you know, just pouring it from the side. It seems that it would keep bubbles from forming in there as much. Okay, I'm going to use my heat gun again. Okay, I'm going to spray a little alcohol on it. And then I'm going to take my little silicone tip tool and just twirl it around in there just a bit. And then I'm going to push it to the back, and we're going to go ahead and start on this little piece right here. I sprayed a little alcohol in it, and now I'm turning it upside down and shaking it, getting the excess alcohol out of it. And now I'm just adding the some of that white that I have left. I don't have much of the white left, so I'm trying to get all of it out of the cup that I can to try to make it filling this mold up right here. Okay, I think we made it. It needs a little bit more, so I'm just going to put some clear in there. Right like that. Now I'm going to use my heat gun, pop any surface bubbles. Spray some alcohol on it and scoot it to the back. Okay, we got this piece to do now. And we're not going to use the black and white on it. We're going to use this Siren and this Unicorn Disco. The Siren is by the Glitter Guy. And this Unicorn Disco, I get it from, I believe I get it from Joann's Fabric or Walmart. I can't remember. And I'm just mixing both of those together, both of those glitters together. And then I'm going to stir it up into my resin. And we're going to make the cap of our perfume bottle this beautiful silver right here. I think black, white, and silver goes really good together. And black and white and gold also goes just as well together, in my opinion. And I'm just cleaning the top of my mold off where the resin got a little on the side of the mold. And I do that so that when my piece cures and I get ready to demold it, I won't have any sanding to do on the sides. Okay, I'm going to spray a little alcohol on them and scoot them to the back. And now we're going to spray alcohol in this one. Turn it upside down, get the excess alcohol out. And I'm just putting a little bit of heat in my cup, popping any of those surface bubbles, because we don't want to pour them into our mold. Okay, and I'm just holding my mold and tilting it to the side until I get the bottom surface of it filled up with resin. And then I'm going to take my silicone tip tool here and I'm going to run it in there on the bottom, trying to release any air pockets that may be down there trapped. And I'm just using my heat gun. And now I'm going to go ahead and pour some more resin in. Okay, I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to take my silicone tip tool and I'm going to run it around the rim of the mold and release any bubbles that may be hanging on to the side of the mold. They hang on for dear life. And resin, it shrinks a little as it cures, so I added a little, about 2 more drops on top of that, of the resin. I'm going to spray it with alcohol, and I'll see you back when it cures. Okay, we had a little bit of resin left over, so here's our hands here for our giveaway. It's almost ready, you guys. And we're just going to go ahead and add this extra resin that we had left over to it. Okay. I'm going to use my heat gun. Move that resin around in there. Pop any surface bubbles. Spray a little alcohol. Now we're back and it's time to demold. And I'm going to tell you guys beforehand, before we even get there. The spoiler alert. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So I lost some footage here. You're going to get to see me demold the biggest piece of the perfume jar. And then the other two ones, I don't have that footage. I thought I was recording and I know what happened. I had some alcohol on my glove and it was dripping off of my glove. And I reached up there and hit the button to record. And it was the alcohol was still sitting where I tapped, you know, to record. It was still sitting on there. So I know that's what done it. So I apologize for that. Okay, and here's where I've already demolded them. And I'm putting them down onto my table. I was seeing if the little spray nozzle would twist on there. And I've already cut the end of it off. And it fits inside of the jar. And there it is. Okay. And then I also lost the footage where I decorated the perfume jar. Yeah, I know. What in the world is wrong with me? But I'm showing you here what I done. I took this pretty diamond string right here. You can make like necklaces and bracelets with it. And I decorated the jar with it. And then I went through my pieces that I've made throughout the years. I've got buckets and buckets of them. And I just pulled one of them out. And I found those pretty little silver pieces that I put on the side of the jar. And I'll show you in just a minute. See, this is the bucket that I brought out and I went through to find something to decorate the jar with. That's a badge reel that I done 2 years ago. And it had a few bubbles on the top of it. So I kept it and put it in my not so great bucket. And I think we done that piece together on some video. Here's a little Barbie thing. I love going through these buckets, you know, like a couple of years pass by and I'll bring one out and I'll go through it. And I'll just see how much I've grown as an artist. And it's just fun to do. Look at this little MAC makeup case. Isn't that cute? And this that I'm pulling out is like a little set. It's a little mold. It was the cutest little mold. It had sexy and it had the Eiffel Tower. And it had some other things in it. I'm trying to dig for them to show you. I'll eventually find them here in a minute. Look at that Barbie. It's like ombre. Blue, purple, and white. That's pretty cute. Do any of y'all do this? Do y'all pull out your buckets that have like all of your casting you've done through the years and you just sit down and go through it? I'm saving all of mine for when I have some grandkids. You know, I'll just bring it out and this can be their Legos. I pulled all the sharp objects out of there, of course. And I'll go through it again and have to pull out some more. Look at these lips right here. They look real. There's a pretty little strawberry. But I didn't find them all. But here's some of them that I thought it's the cutest little mold. But here's some pieces that I found. This is not all of them, but it's most of them that came in that little mold. It's got a rose, a little hat, a high heel, a dove, and it's got a few other things, but I couldn't find them. They're in that bucket somewhere. Okay, I'm going to put all those to the side. And see the sides of the jar? That's the little silver things I put on there that I found in my bucket. Right there. So, what do y'all think about my little perfume jar? You think it's pretty? I think it turned out super cute. I used my Let's Resin UV bonding kit to bond those pieces onto my perfume jar. And it worked out perfectly. Let's take a look around the perfume jar. I think it's so cute. I can't believe how cute this turned out. I'm going to go back on Temu and I'm going to get every one of these little perfume jars. They have like 4 or 5 different options to choose from in the molds. And I didn't know they were going to be this cute. Well, it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.